what is the value of R if this is true? When you get the second one, we go straight to equations with fraction. The value of R when 2R plus 4 is equal to 9 minus R. The value of R is what we are looking for. Two R plus 4 is equal to 9 minus R. I expect you to start from collecting like them. Yes? What is the question, my dear? Hello, what is your question?
How is Q equals to 4 plus 3?
All right. Like we said in our first class, we said when we have equation like this, we collect like terms. Any number or a letter that will move from one side to the other. This is left hand side, this is right hand side. If minus 3 moves from left hand side to right hand side, you change from minus 3 to plus 3. That is why if any number or a letter moves to one side from the side it was staying before, then it becomes a different sign. We have minus 3 here, then minus 3 moving to the right hand side will become plus 3. That's why we have 4 plus 3, which gives us 7. I hope you understand. Whenever we have any simple equation, yeah, bring every number with letter together. Bring numbers without letter together. So that's what we have done here. The only number with letter is just Q. And Q here means 1Q. 1Q. Then 3 and 4 are like terms. They don't have any letter. The 3 to go and stay with the neighbor. The 10, that is the same thing with it. That's why it becomes 3. And so Q becomes 4 plus 3. Q becomes 7. 4 plus 3 is 1. 7. That's it. Ask that from a very small thing like this so that we can be able to solve this. I hope you understand that. Do you understand number 1? If you understand number 1, write it and use the same way to try number 2. Try question number 2. Hello?
Oh, you can try because we have someone who is watching us. So
all right.
Just re-explain it.
Okay. We are solving simple equations and we are trying to bring back what we did in our last class. This question number 1, we wanted to solve a question Q minus 3 is equal to 4. We are using collection of like terms method, which involves bring together letters or number with letters, bring on the other side number without letter. The only letter we have here is Q, so we allow Q to stay on the left hand side. So that on the right hand side where we already have 4, we will take 3 to it. There we have 4, which is here already, plus 3. Remember, when we're collecting like terms and the number or a letter changes from left hand side to right hand side, or from right hand side to left hand side, the sign will change. And that's what we have done here. When we now have 4 plus 3, then Q on the left hand side, Q now becomes 7. Since 4 plus 3 is 7. Yes, we want to use the same way to solve question number 2. And so, in question number 2 here, we have 2R plus 4 being equal to 9 minus R. And what are we going to do here? bring together numbers with letter together and numbers without letter on the other side. And so we have chosen to bring R or numbers with R on the left hand side. We have this as 2R, we have this as minus 1R. Minus 1R in mathematics is called R. And so we are going to make sure that R comes on the left hand side and numbers on the right hand side. That means in solving this, we have 2R minus R here will come to the left hand side and become plus R. And that is equal to 9 minus 4. Because 4 here is plus 4. And when we're taking to the right hand side, we change from plus 4 to minus 4. I hope this is understood. Remember that when minus R comes to the left hand side, it becomes plus R. What have we achieved now? We have made sure that numbers with R is on left hand side. Numbers that are on right hand side. Now we add or subtract. According to the sign we see there. And so 2R plus R will give us 3R. Assuming that what I've said now is confusing. Something is called R. It can be a mango, it can be a mango, a fruit, it can be an orange. Something is called 2R. Something is called R. 2 of it plus 1 of it will give us 3 of it. 2 markers plus a marker will give us 3. So we now have 3R on the left hand side. That will give us equal to 9 minus 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. Now, we are looking for R. That is our mission here. That is what we do in equation. We are looking for the value that is going to stay in position of this R to make the statement mathematically true. And so we are going to divide both sides now by the coefficient of unknown. R here is the unknown. The coefficient of unknown here is 3. And so we are going to have 3R over 3 is equal to 5 over 3. Of course, yes. We can cancel this because we know we have it up and down. That is the essence of doing this in the first place. And so R alone on the left hand side is equal to whatever we get from simplifying 5 over 3. If you leave it as 5 over 3, it will become an improper fraction. But we can leave it as a mixed number, which is going to be 3 divided 5 will give us one whole number, remainder 2. When we have remainder 2, that will become 2 over 3. In this case, it is allowed to stay in a mixed number. The correct answer for R to R here, which when you put it here, what you have here and what you have on the right hand side will come equal is 5 over 3, or one whole number 2 over 3. I hope this is understood. And if you are watching and you understand this, I would like us to move on. I would like you to solve a question that is similar to the one we have been solving, which we can take to be number 3 today. Let that question number 3 be 4y minus y plus 10 is equal to 2y minus 15. Let's try this question here. I want to make sure that questions number 1, number 2, number 3, and above, as we are going to continue, we continue to vary so that we see the application and the methodology used. Now, from what we have here, we have like terms even staying on the same side. So first of all, you must make sure that you clear that. So the first thing we're going to do when we have a question like this is to say, okay, let us simplify this very, very well. Let us get to know that whatever is called y, 4 of it minus 1 of it will give us 3 of it. So on the left hand side, we are going to say, right, 3y plus 10 is equal to 2y minus 15. All right. We have not changed anything on the right hand side, because on the right hand side, the terms we have there are not like terms. They are y and ordinary number. And so the only place we have changed something is we have like terms here, 4y minus y. Whatever is called y, 4 of it minus 1 of it will give you 3 of it. Now, if you're staying with something that is not a like term, if you're staying with something that is not a like term, this is time we can now correct like terms across the photo sign. And so we are going to bring y as usual to be on the left hand side. Just because in English language, we read from left to right. We read anything we're reading in English language from left to right. Unlike Arabic or some other languages that we can read from right to left. And so let us bring the letter here. It's not compulsory. Let us just keep on doing it when it is necessary. Later you are going to see when it is not necessary. And now we are going to have 3y. All right, y, come here and join your fellow. And then we have minus 2y because it is plus here. Remember that the sign of this 2y is here. This sign does not concern this 2y. This sign is for 15. And so this y as it is here, 2y there is plus 2y. What do? We are going to bring 2y here, it becomes minus 2y. Equal to sign we maintain its middle position, and then minus 15 will remain where it is because it has not moved anywhere. 10, we join it. 10 going to the right hand side become minus 10. And when we have this 10, what we are going to have here is minus 2 is going to be taken away. That means 2 is going to be taken away from 3. 2 will be taken away from 3. 3y minus 2y will give us only y. Something is called y. 3 of it minus 2 of it will give you just 1 of it. And when it is 1 like this, we don't actually write that 1. It's expected that if it's written y like this, that the coefficient of that letter is 1. And so whatever we get on the right hand side will automatically become our answer. Minus 15 minus 10 will give us minus 25. So the answer to the question then is minus 25. The correct answer to this is minus 25. And I hope there's no problem with this. If you think there's no problem with this, then I will allow you. I will move on to the next subtopic there. And next subtopic there is equation with brackets. We want to start from this simple equation like this, then move to the bracket. From bracket, we move to fraction. From fraction, we move to simultaneous linear equation. Before quadratic equation, and then quadratic linear equation, which we continue like that. So let us get to the one that has bracket. Let's assume that a question like this is given to us as example number 4. And we have 2 outside. We have n plus 3. Bracket closes is equal to 5, for instance. I know we have this. What the question requires is that we are going to open the bracket first. It's not like numbers 1, 2, and 3, where we collected like terms first. No, open the bracket first. A number staying outside here means we have to use it and multiply out. And that is what is called opening the bracket. When we open the bracket here, we're going to have 2 times y, 2 times n will be 2n, plus 2 times 3 will be 6, is equal to 5 as a number. So this is what we have now. We have opened the bracket, and we can now see term in n, just one term in n. We now see terms without n, terms that are ordinary number, that is 6 and 5. What do? Take them together. I'm going to bring the 6 here and take it to the other side. And so I'm going to have on the left hand side, we'll have 2n, no problem. It's not going anywhere. Then take 6 to the other side, we'll have 5 minus 6. Obviously, 5 minus 6 will give us minus 1. And so on the left hand side, we're going to have 2n being equal to minus 1. I hope that is clear. Okay. Since we have something like this, the next thing is what we have been doing before. Divide both sides by whatever is the coefficient of unknown. And the coefficient of unknown here is 2. It's either you divide it in your mind and just write n is equal to minus 1 over 2. Or you divide it the way it will be clear to everybody that you are balancing the two sides. On the left hand side, divide by 2. On the right hand side, divide also by 2. I think that's what people understand better. All right. Now, 2 will divide itself will give you 1. 2 divide itself will give us 1. And we have only n here waiting for us. That n is minus 1 over 2. So, n here is minus half. What does it show us? It shows us that if you put minus half here, whatever we're going to get from this calculation will give you 5. In short, an equation is a statement in mathematics that 2 or more terms are equal. While some on the left hand side, other on the right hand side, with equation maintaining the midpoint. Okay, so this is what we have. We can continue with more questions on equations with brackets. Let us try. Let's try more questions with brackets. And that will help us to get to number 5. Question number 5. Assuming a question is given this way, in number 5, 4x plus 1 is equal to 2x minus 4 plus 6 being outside. Yes, as I said before, I want to be very with questions so that it will show us the different ways questions can be asked in a particular topic. What we have here, we're supposed to use 4 to open this bracket and use 3 to open this bracket without involving the 6. 6 is on its own. It's once we have finished opening this bracket that will allow plus 6 to come in. So the first method here, the first step to take here is opening the bracket. When we open the bracket, we have 4 times x will give us 4x. Remember that 4x is something like 4 times x all the time. Then we have plus 4 times 1 is 4 is equal to, we continue. We open the bracket on the right hand side. And so 2 times 3x will give us 6x. Of course, plus is this, what we have here, plus times minus is minus, we are short of it. And 3 times 4 is 12. Then we bring in plus 6. Remember, because plus 6 is not inside the bracket, we don't multiply with 3. Brackets, in other words, means multiplication. When we cannot collect this like terms, yeah, now open the bracket. Okay, yeah, and what we have here is going to give us, we collect like terms. If we like, we do it together. If we like it, we collect it across quickly because we know that minus 12 plus 6 will produce minus 6. And so, on the left hand side, we have 4x plus 4. On the right hand side, we have 6x minus 6. I hope you understand. Minus 12 plus 6 is like you have $6 with you and you are supposed to give away 12. The only thing you can do is to give away 6 and still owe what? 6. Because 12 is bigger than 6. And so we have minus 12 plus 6 as minus 6. Okay, we cannot collect like terms across the equal to sign. It's no longer within the equal to sign because this is left hand side, this is right hand side, and we have different terms here. They don't like terms. Different terms here, they don't like terms. So we need to now collect them across. We can still maintain what we did before. But as I said before, it is not compulsory. If you like, you can make the non-binary number that come to this side, which I'm going to do now because that will make a better meaning. That will show everyone that it's not all the time that we must keep unknown on the left-hand side. There's no rule like that. So, but let us continue by saying, let's keep 4 here. Let us bring minus 6 to become plus 6. Of course, it has plus equal to sign, and so the sign will change. And this is equal to, first we have 6x, 4x going to become minus 4x. Now, for the first time in our class today, we are having letters on the right, ordinary numbers on the left. And so, right on the left here, we have 10. 4 plus 6 is 10, is equal to 6 minus 4x is, of course, 2x. This is the time you can divide both sides by the coefficient of unknown again. And that will give us 10 over 2 is equal to 2x over 2. That we have 5 is equal to x. 5 is equal to x. Wait a minute. Some people may think that because we have solved this like this for the first time, that we cannot get the same thing, assuming we have decided to keep the unknown on the left-hand side. That's what we are going to think about now. Remember that once we're getting at 5 is equal to x, you're also free to come back and say, therefore, x is equal to 5. Yeah, if x is equal to 5, 5 is equal to x. It is just different ways of saying one thing. And so, let us consider from this point now. Let us now decide, okay, let us bring the unknown on the left-hand side. Instead of bringing it to the right-hand side as we did here. Yes, that can bring confusion to someone. Now, let us consider it to say 4x now plus 4 is equal to 6 minus 6x minus 6. I've mainly repeated this now. So I want to make sure I keep x here. Another way to handle that. In that case now, I'm going to have negative sign in my calculation. So here we have 4x. 6x can come here now and become minus 6x. On the other side, we have minus 6. 4 can go to the other side and have minus 4. Can you see that? And so something is called x. 4 of it minus 6 of it will give you minus 2 of it. So what we have here is minus 2x is equal to minus 10. So that's understood very well. And it is very, very similar to what we have here. We have 10, we have 2x, but they are all positive. Because we choose to make sure that where the letter is, the bigger letter is where the other letter joins. Where the bigger number is where the other number joins. Okay? 4 is bigger than minus 6. I hope you know that. Don't look at the figure alone. The signs are important. And so that's what produces positive sign here. Plus 10, plus 2x. But here, we did not care. We decided to make sure x remains on the left-hand side. Other number remains on the right-hand side. And then to produce negative number. But that will not change anything in the answer. Because the answer will remain what we had before. The coefficient of unknown now is minus 2, and not 2 alone, minus 2. And so we can divide both sides by minus 2 and get minus 2, minus 10, minus 2. What very minus 2? It's like a balancing method. Whatever we do on the left-hand side, we do the same on the right-hand side. And so minus divided minus is plus. Obviously, remember, in our previous classes, we did that. And then we have x here on the left-hand side, waiting for the answer on the right-hand side. And so, minus divided minus, again, plus. 2 divides 10 equals 5 again. So, that's eventually brought us to the same answer. So, anywhere you choose to take the unknown letter with the number with letter, the number without letter, is your choice. If you want to do it to the left, No problem. Okay, right? No problem. The only thing is maintain the fact that once a number or letter move from one side to the other, the sign will change. Remember that this works very well, even if you use numbers. Yes, I have a particular video on this particular one. And we talked about that 3, yes, 3 plus 1 is actually equal to 2 plus 2. This is 4, this is 4. If I will take this one to this side, it will remain the same, provided I change this side. And so 3 plus 1 minus 2 will still give you the 2 that is remaining here. What is this? 4 minus 2, which is 2. Is 2 not equal to 2? 2 is equal to 2. Yes, you can go back to my video and check what we did here. But the point here is that whenever a number or a letter move from left to right or right to left, the sign will change. And this movement is often done when we are collecting like terms. We cannot add a book plus a pen and call it 2. Otherwise, if you call it 2, what are you going to call it? Is it 2 pens or 2 books? Will you change the pen to book or book to pen? None of them can be done. Either you can still call it a book and a pen because they cannot be added. If you come and say, okay, there are 2 items, that means you have now deviated. You no longer call them names. Items is no longer the name you call it at the beginning. And so, like terms means they are the same in both letters and the power of that letter. As when we come here and have raised to the power 2, they are no longer like terms. So they will be the same in both the letter or the symbol you are using and the what? The power of that symbol. All right. I hope this is very, very clear. I will give you one question just to solve, and I believe you can handle that very well. Solve and communicate to me and give me the correct answer to it. This is number 5, which is the last question. Remember that from here down is just the same thing with what we did here. Okay? From here down and from here down, they are the same. Okay. I choose to leave letter on the left, right here. And here I maintain letter on the left. And eventually we got the same answer. Let's go for number 6 that I would like you to solve and show me. Okay. I hope our students from Portugal are still on with us. If they are still on with us, I would like everyone, no matter from any country where you are, to please solve the question number 6, where you have 4 plus 2 brackets 9 minus 3x bracket is equal to 5 brackets 1 minus 2x minus 7. Let's solve something like this and give us the correct answer. Are you surprised? Will you use 4 and start opening these brackets? No. 4 should be considered to be unuseful. Why use 2 to open the bracket? Do you involve minus 7 here to open the bracket? No. Minus 7 will wait until you finish opening this bracket and you write minus 7. I believe you can handle that. Well, because of the number of viewers we have from different platforms, we can just solve it and then we give you the one you are going to solve and meet me in the comment section. Let us do that now. We are going to write 4 alone, staying on school, and have plus, we open the bracket now. We have 2 times 9 is 18. Remember that we're writing this plus because it is no longer the first number. 2 is no longer the first number. If there's no 4 here, we will not write this 4 plus 2 because a number with that sign is indeed a positive sign that it has. Then we have minus 2 times 3x to give us 6x is equal to 5 times 1 will give us 5 minus 10x. Now we have finished opening the bracket, we bring in minus 7. We have finished opening the whole bracket. Remember. And the next thing we should be talking about is, okay, let us collect like terms within the sides. On the left hand side, we have 1, 2 as being like terms. On the right hand side, we have 1, 2 as being like terms. So let us collect it within. That does not mean that you cannot jump from here to the next level. But just to make sure that people understand it, our students or learners understand. So we can easily say, okay, what will be 4 plus 18? I hope you know it's going to be 22. Yes. So this is 22 minus 6x. Now on the left, each one is alone. 22, there's no other number here without letter. Minus 6x, there's no other number here with letter. So we have now collected like terms within this left hand side, which will now give us 5 minus 7 will give us minus 2. So we have minus 2. Then minus 10x is also alone. Whether you write minus 10 first or minus 2 first, there's no problem. You also have to make a choice again. Do you bring letters to the left or letters to the right? Anyone you do is a matter of signs that will be different, just like we've seen here. So let us choose again to keep the number with letter on the left, so that we'll be able to read from left to right as we read in English language and in many other languages of the world. And so here we have minus 6x waiting for us on the left hand side. Then ask plus 10. Is minus 10 here on the right hand side? It comes here, it becomes what? Plus 10. I am writing second because this one is already there. Okay? 6x is already there. Yeah. 10x join your neighbor and you have plus 10x. And that is equal to minus 2 is waiting for us on the right hand side. Then 22 join it and becomes minus 22. Remember that this 22 here, the sign is here, but it's not written because it's the first number. And so what do we have here? If we take it to be minus 6x plus 10x, or plus 10x minus 6x, they are the same thing. In each case, we are going to have 4x. And that 4x is positive because the number that has positive is bigger than the number that has negative. All right. So what do we do? Minus 2 minus 22 will give us minus 24. Minus 24. I hope you understand that. Assuming you borrow from bank A $2, from bank B $22. Altogether, what you have borrowed is what? $24 altogether. And so that's why we are saying that borrowing, that owing the bank becomes something we can associate with that negative sign, minus. So we can say minus 24 as a number. So at this point now we can answer, okay, divide both sides here by the coefficient of x, which is 4. What is the coefficient of x then? Is 4. Divide each side by 4. We have it 4x over 4 is equal to minus 24 over 4. Of course, you know that numbers that sign has a positive sign. And so plus divide plus is plus. 4 divided 4 will give you 1. And that means 1 there means 1x, or what is called in mathematics as x. When this is done, remember that the number here, this number here is plus. Plus divided minus is minus. Our answer must be a negative number. And so 4 divided 24 will give us 6. Therefore, our answer to this question is x is equal to minus 6. You can try this on your own. That when you put minus 6 here in position of x here, whatever you get when you simplify this, what you are going to get when you simplify this, when you also put the same minus 6 in place of x. And that is what the equation is saying. We are equal. the left-hand expressions and right-hand expression that are equal. All right. Okay. So as we have said before, question number 7, what I would like you to solve and meet me in comment section. Remember, I'm giving social educational consultancy services here. We try to teach many topics, many subjects, many courses from kindergarten level to the university level. That's what we do here, especially as it involves calculation and calculation related courses, mathematics or mathematics related topics. All right, what do we do here? I expect that you are going to solve this and tell me the answer when we have n 2 into n plus 6 bracket minus 2n is equal to 6 bracket 1 minus n bracket plus 12. Please solve this number 7 and let us meet in the comment section. Let us see and continue in our next class. Remember, every Sunday, 10 o'clock Nigeria time, we are here on live class. Today we have tried to work on simple equations. And simple equations involve equations without brackets. And then now we have gotten to equations with brackets. In our next class, we are going to continue with equations with fraction. Before we go to talk about equations that involve simultaneous equation, solving 2 or more unknown at the same time. Quadratic equations. When we solve one number, but it will have 2 answers at the same time, and so on. Getting to polynomial and so many other parts of the equation. Remember, this topic is very important because every formula is equation. We often talk about mathematics having a key of knowing the formula. But if you don't know equation, when every formula is equation, then how can you handle the formulas? I wish you good luck as you continue. See you in the comment section. Thank you. No question.